All right, so let me show you guys the OC and retail leg before we continue. So guys, on this OC and retail, so you guys should understand this. Anywhere you see price changes its direction from, that area is what your OC price. The continuation is what a retail price. Once you get on the chart more and more, you get to see this clearly. All right, so let me show you guys on this actual section, so you guys can see if you are still at an OC price or at a retail price. So you guys can see over here, you guys can see price clearly move to the downside. We broke to the upside, then we got in what and what OC what leg, guys. Are you guys seeing this? So let me bring out this structure so you guys can compare it with the other structure you see. Yes guys, it won't come beautifully, but as time goes on you'll be able to understand this. All right, that's what they call it, candlestick. So you guys can see clearly over here we are going to the downside, then we broke this little high here, then we create another structure, which clearly means here was an OC price. So basically we just move from what an OC range. Okay, so this is the OC price, right? And if you are targeting, your target should be the next high. That is the initial basic ways to target. But as a pro already, so I do use what called a fixed risk to reward, which I use 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. Okay, so for 1 to 3 risk to reward, you want to move your stop loss to the below of that zone. Okay, then you set your target to 1 to 3. All right, so you guys can see over here, you can see it clearly says 1 to 3. All right, let me show you guys this. On this chart, it clearly showed you 1 to 3. I hope you guys are understanding this, which simply means we just left an OC range. Now we are what, a retail range. So if you want to take your second trade for a retail range, this is how it will look like. All right, so we just broke the structure. You guys can see clearly from here, which I showed you it was on the retail leg. Then you can see this again, which I'll show you guys a live example with my own actual chart, so you guys can see the entire structure. All you want to do is to still target what, your 1 to 3. Okay, so you guys can see this is claim 1 to what, 3. How simple is this, guys? So once you have already understand the OC and the retail price in just a simple form of top down analysis. All right, yes, I would have done live example and all that, whereby I'll take the chart with a replay button to the back and front, but I believe this is well explainable, explanatory to you guys, so you guys can understand this properly in a simple manner. All right, now you guys, anytime you're getting on the chart, you have to ask yourself, should I be buying at an OC price or should I be buying at a retail price? All right, now you guys now understand Forex in a business wise. Now I want to teach you guys in the long term, how can you understand Forex in the long term, or how can you trade Forex in the long term? Right, there's what we call journal. Every market or every business owner as a journal. All right, so let's say, like I said, I'll be comparing this with the physical market. Okay, on the physical market we have what called sales book. Okay, those sales book are their journal, whereby they go to the market. If they see price doesn't match up with what they are looking for, then they'll know something is wrong somewhere. Same thing in your Forex, you need to have what, a journal. You need to have a paper journal and a digital journal, and for you to have a digital journal, you need to just simply go to Notion. All right, Notion, yes, there's a video on my YouTube channel where I talked about journal, so do well to watch that video as well to get in on that. Now let me show you guys a setup I took on AUD Chef, guys. So this setup I took on AUD Chef, this was the live example I took via TikTok live. Okay, you see price came back. Once price broke the leg, right, you saw the leg bar, price broke the leg. Once price broke that leg, I was waiting for price to do what,